how's it going? MrDeadman of Horror Talk Radio. Tonight we're talking about horror movie cliches. All right. I mean, just about every horror movie has them, right? I mean, before we get into this, what really is a cliche? What's a trope? You know, what is that stuff? I mean, common things that you see in every horror movie. Like, there's always going to be a blonde bimbo. There's always going to be someone running up the stairs. There's always going to usually be a final girl, a chick that makes it out to the end, right? There's usually going to be a lead female protagonist. Who's usually going to make it out to the very end, baby. But everyone else will die. Everyone else will die. And sometimes even she will die. Let's see. Oh, cars always break down. People, like I said, people running up the stairs. Cats jumping out from anywhere. And people being startled by the cats. Even though they own cats. They own that pet. They shouldn't be surprised by that. No one having any guns. No weapons, you know. So tonight we're going to talk about all this stuff. Kind of just going to shoot the shit about it. And have fun with it. Interact with the chat. With the live chat. And if we have any callers, bring them in. It'd be great. I talk about horror movie cliches. Which ones annoy you the most and why? Look, I love horror. I do. But there's a lot of cliches. There's a lot of tropes, man. But see, a lot of people say that, like cliche, as if it means something bad. Cliche. But all that means is it's something that it's expected. It's something that, yeah, it could be kind of tired, I guess. But the reason why it reappears in horror movies, especially particular ones, is because it's like the fans expect it. They want to see it. Like certain things, for example, let's say a zombie movie. Like a Night of the Living Dead or the Reanimator or whatever. It's like that image of the hand coming out from the ground in the graveyard, in the cemetery. That's old, tired, right? But yet, it's iconic. It's iconic. Done right, with a nice cinematography, bam, you got it, you know? Other tropes that people want to see. Other cliches people want to see, expect it. Like vampire films. Like, why do they always have to dress up as if they've just been to Hot Topic? I don't get it. Is there a rule book that say vampires have to be goth? Can vampires just be emo? I mean, wear a bunch of flannel? Could vampires be, I don't know, jocks? I mean, could they just be just average people? I mean, like, why do they have to dress like they're into BDSM or goth? But yet, that is a cliche that's expected. If you have a vampire film, you're going to have him dress in all leather, pretty much, all latex. You're also going to have fangs, and you're going to have those shots where the fangs are really pronounced and the blood going down the, down the bottom lip, down the chin, which seems like a waste of blood. That would be a waste of blood, right? That's a sloppy eating right there, you know? I mean, that would be the equivalent of you eating your breakfast cereal and milk just running down your chin. Are you eating your barbecue and just like meat just going down? Come on, that's a waste. That's a waste. It's sloppy eating. No, man, I didn't say barbecue. I mean, it's kind of expected with that. Shit. Let's see. Other expected cliches. Right. Other ones. And I got to say, while I'm searching for other ones, think of some other ones. I got to say, that cliche that vampires have to be a particular way, that's one that definitely annoys me. And no kayfabe, not playing that one up or anything. I actually genuinely think it's kind of tired and almost like you're just painting by numbers by that point. Like if you're going to do a vampire film and they have to be all black, like they're Columbine shooters or whatever. It's like, what? Why? Okay. You can't have them be like, I don't know, make something original. Make a vampire film where they're like preps or something. Shit, where they have polo shirts. Okay. I don't know. Give them Jinkos. Okay. Go back to the 90s and give them Jinkos. You know what those are. Damn. I'm just tired of that look. But I guess I'm the only one. Because when it comes to vampires, that's like expected. And that's a cliche that's not going to go away. Right? And I'm going to mention some cliches probably here in this episode that I don't really have a problem with. And you might. That's okay. This episode's really more about what annoys you. Okay? Definitely let me know in the chat, on the comment section afterwards. Let's get more into this. So, some other common cliches of horror. Well, I mean, just the thumbnail of this particular episode: masked killers. Killers have to wear masks. Well, it is a cliche in real life that killers often do wear a mask to conceal their face. All right, that is what it is, right? I mean, it makes sense to obscure your identity. So I can't really fault that one too much. But it does seem like you could see the pattern of them trying to outdo each other. Which one's going to have the better mask? After all, Jason didn't have his hockey mask until what, the third one? Third one, right? Yeah. I didn't get that until towards like the middle part. He didn't have it in the beginning. I think after the first 2 kills, he got it. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm probably, my recollection's probably bad. Okay, that's fine. But what was the first movie to have a masked killer? A masked killer. Psycho, he wasn't masked. I think, and I might be wrong on this, and you know, there might be some obscure Italian film that came out before this, but I'm thinking Halloween. I'm thinking Michael Myers. I think that set the trend there. Everyone else wanted to follow. Wait. What came out first? Halloween or Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Because that would be the answer right there. Halloween, 1978. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. How's it going, Stephen Hawking? The real Stephen Hawking in here? Let's see. 1974. Okay. So technically, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out before Michael Myers. You could say that Leatherface is the first masked killer. Yeah. It's first by a year. First by a year. And he was definitely wearing a mask. It was pretty obscure. I mean, he's wearing a human mask. I don't know if that was the inspiration for Michael Myers. You know? But that trope that killers have to wear a mask. That cliche. Well, I guess you could, like I said, I guess some could say it's tired. But to me, it's only tired if it's... seemed kind of lame and unoriginal, and like you're really trying for it. Like, what movie was it where the mask was I think wasn't a welding mask? Wasn't there a mask in My Bloody Valentine? My Bloody Valentine. What was the mask there? Is that the movie I'm thinking of? The Gas Mask. That's right. Yeah. Okay, why? Just because it looks cool? Oh, you know what? I'm also recalling another one. If I want to be real technical about the mask. Oh, never mind. I was thinking about People Under the Stairs, but that didn't come out until 1991. Anyway. So I don't know about you, but I don't really feel like the mask cliche is all that much of a problem. Like I said, it's based on, I mean, people obscure their face when they commit murder, I guess. You know, this topic is actually inspired by my art guy, Damascus Mincemeyer. And a lot of people were kind of going back and forth about this on Twitter, which feel free to follow me on Twitter, MrDeadman DT. And I kind of like what they said. I kind of like what they said there, what they threw in. How cars always break down. Cars always seem to break down. They just don't start. Not only that, no cell service. That cliche is freaking tired. I gotta tell you, man, there has to be other ways to make your people isolated. I mean, I get why they do it, right? With horror, one way to help build the tension is to really start severing away, cutting away all the elements of safety, the contact to the outside, the ability to escape. You take the car away, contact to the outside, you take the phone away. Because cell phones, everyone has a phone and usually charge, but you could come up with other things other than poor, cell service. And I know what happens. I mean, hell, I go drive around and I get shit service sometimes. That's even in the city, you know? Sometimes your service provider they have a problem with their network. That's been happening more frequently lately. I'm not sure if that's some like big hacking job or whatever. The Mask of Sheer was kind of weird, right? The Mask reboot in early 2000s is actually Nightmare Fuel. Oh yeah, that is. Oh god. Guys, read what Stephen Hawking was saying. Okay. Yeah, so when people when they go to like a place, any place out there in the woods or someplace isolated, you can expect a couple things to happen. The car's not going to start, and the phone is going to have shit service. They can come up with other ways to isolate them or make it where, I guess, yeah, they could come up with other reasons why they can't escape, why they don't want to escape. Because obviously when things start escalating and the place becomes too unsafe, they're going to want to flee and try to get away. So, I mean, the quick way to do that is make it where the car doesn't start. Well, what if there's some other motivation? What if, like, there's a reason why they want to stay there? Maybe they don't want to... I mean, here you can have different variants of the car not starting, like the car's taken away, towed away. There's a flat tire, and some dingbat doesn't know how to change the spare. They don't have the spare. Someone dropped the keys. That's possible, right? You can have different variations of that, and that way it's not as tired. It's not the exact same thing. It's just a different way to do kind of like the same thing. Because I see why that cliche is there, and it's a cliche in horror that I don't think is going to go away. Pretty much, you're cutting people from being able to escape, being able to flee, being able to where they have to face the monster that's coming their way, the killer that's coming their way. After all, if they could just leave, then it's over with, right? Not if we could chase them. Everyone forgets how to insert car keys. That's the other thing. They fumble with the car keys so much, which is funny now because, I mean, cars, like, they start with a button. You don't even have to use the keys anymore. But even with the cars that he did, it's like, guys, like, just put the key in the keyhole. It's not hard. It's not complicated. They indulge in all the horror cliches. They do. Oh, Cabin in the Woods? Yeah. Cabin in the Woods is a good example of really showing those horror cliches and having fun with it. I mean, they made it into like a reality, not a reality show. Well, I guess it is a reality show. Sort of, yeah, because I guess it's televised. You know, that's when that movie had a narrative in it that could have, if sustained, could have led to more, I guess, you know, sequels and be justified in doing so and be fun with it. I'm kind of torn on that. Like, I don't like a bunch of sequels to where they milk a series dry, but Cabin in the Woods is one where if it didn't escalate the way it did, where pretty much like, like the hand of God came up or some crap, I don't know. Like the ancient ones woke up, Cthulhu woke up or something. If we didn't do that, if we didn't have it where the facility was raided or infiltrated and all those monsters released, you know, you could have had a continuation. But you know, it is what it is. It was fun. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Yes, that's another good example of a horror movie, a comedic horror movie having fun with the tropes and stereotypes and all that. Justified? You see, I like what you're saying, Steve Hawking. Justified, yes. Needed, no. Right. See, but at the same time, there are sequels that they may not be needed, but they're still fun. And I think they kind of do better. Like Evil Dead, for example. Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2. I like the Evil Dead. But I like Evil Dead 2 a little bit more. I like that campiness of it. I mean, if you're going to go campy, go all the way and just go have fun with it. And that's what they did. It's pretty much the same thing as the first one, just comedic. Well, more comedic. I mean, an absolute balls to the walls insane with the chainsaw hand. Jesus Christ. I mean, Ash is freaking insane. What man would come up with that sort of contraption? You know? Oh man. Yeah, he must have had like a lots of beers in him. Oh man. But even Evil Dead, what did they do with the car? The car worked, but they couldn't leave because the bridge collapsed or because it was blocked by a fallen tree. The path was blocked. Because, you know, you can't drive these cars off road, or you can't just hike. You can't just... That's the other thing. Even if the car doesn't start, you can just walk. Go take a hike. Like, I like how it's like, oh, I can't start my car. Oh, I can't flee. Just walk away. Just run away. Or here's the other thing. Another cliche that this annoys me. Now, look, I do like my cheese. I do like a lot of cheese and horror. I do. I love slashers. But as much as I like seeing like the blonde bimbo be chased and all that, you and I, we all know that there's plenty of women out there that would turn around and slap that motherfucker, fight that motherfucker. He might have a knife. It might look crazy. Have a mask on, but they're man. Have you seen the street fights? Have you seen? Man, some of these chicks will not back down. They think they are empowered, and they will just smack the son of a bitch right across the face with a shoe or something. You feel, god dang. And many of them here in Texas are armed. So, I mean, I would kind of want to see. I actually do want to see a chase not go that way, where the guy's going after the blonde bimbo, and she's like, "Wait, but that's how the guy has the knife," and takes out her little gun from her little purse, and be like, "Boom, done." Okay. Now, I mean, if he gets back from that, I'd be like, well, maybe I gotta try for a headshot. Okay, he drops. He still gets back up. Okay, well, now it's time to run. You know? Oh, shit. At least you have him trying to fight. Jesus. I shot at him in the heart, or in the gut. He fell down, he collapsed, he got back up. I shot him in the head. I saw the back of his skull explode. He still got back up. Oh, Jesus Christ, now I gotta run. The history, I'm looking at Stephen Hawking's comment here in the chat. The history of Evil Dead and how they produced that movie is awesome story in itself. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Is it? I think they got. Did they get? Didn't they get financing from like dentists, like people who had money? They were kind of asking people that they knew and stuff. It was kind of weird, and they weren't expecting a return. You know, they knew they were going to write it off on their taxes or something. Another cliche. They knock down the villain. Instead of finishing the job, they run, leaving him to recover. Right? Right? Oh, my God. How many times has Michael Myers come back from the fucking dead? When Halloween 2018 came around, I was not excited. I was intrigued, kind of, sort of, but I was also not excited. And I was like, why are we doing this? You already had this. It was called H2O. You already did this. Where Laurie Strode faced off against Michael Myers for the final showdown. That happened in the 90s, right? Yeah. Wasn't it like 1999 or some shit? I just want to be fact-checked on that one. That wasn't 2000, right? Because of the Halloween H2O. How was it a Halloween H2O? Was it because of 2000? I don't know. I don't know. But we already had that face-off. And Michael Myers has been shot. He's been stabbed. He's been burned. He's been decapitated. He's been decapitated. That's it. That should be it. That's all you need. How do you come back from that? You don't come back from that. The lore of Michael Myers is that he's fueled by anger and a desire to kill. Yeah, well, that's nice and all, but the desire to kill is not going to bring you back from losing your head, man. H2O might have been the early 2000s. Yeah. I had to have been in high school, I'm thinking. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe 2000. Because I graduated in 2001. Let's see. H2O. 1998. 1998. It was 20 years later. That's why it was 2-0. So 2018 should have been like 40 years later. You know? Because, man, Laurie Strode was not looking too good. I mean, she was a crazy fucking mom. A freaking nut job of a mob, man. But yet he's still coming back. And even in 2018, he died. He got ran over. But he's coming back. Of course he's going to come back. It's not just him. Jason's been stabbed. I see other ways Jason's died. Jason's been blown up by rockets. Jason's been blown up by rockets by the FBI, right? Didn't they fire rockets at him? And he exploded. Yeah, the FBI used rocket launchers. They used rocket launchers, but he was so powerful that his heart survived and possessed people until he turned to his true form before Jessica killed him for real. Jesus. Oh, I am so powerful. What are you? I'm just a zombie, a water zombie, because the camp counselors weren't watching me, and I drowned. You know, the Jason lore sort of puzzled me. You know, at the end of Friday the 13th, you see baby Jason. Well, okay, he's not baby Jason. He's adolescent Jason. He comes up and brings down that chick. What was the chick's name? The final girl in Friday the 13th, the first one. It's escaping me right now. Let me know in the let me know, Stephen Hawking. But yeah, Jason comes out from the water and takes her down, but she doesn't die. She wakes up in the hospital. It was all a dream, or was it not? Ooh, we don't know. And then somehow, later, adolescent Jason grows up to become, like, 30-year-old man hillbilly Jason, like in Friday the 13th Part 2, where he's wearing he's wearing a mask, but it's not the hockey mask. It's just a bag over his head. It looks like really looks like a Klans member. Shit. If you ever played Dusk, he looks kind of like that. They have these characters, I think they're called Leatherface in Dusk. I'm not sure. The chainsaw welding dudes. Kind of like Leatherface. But see, now I just went on tangent about Friday the 13th. Let's see. Other cliche. Clumsy protagonists. Speaking of the blonde bimbo running away, usually in high heels, tripping over the high heels. See, in reality, I mean, there comes a point to where they're going to turn around and use those high heels to try to stab him. And the stilettos are going to hurt. Well, clumsy protagonist, man. You'll be fumbling with the keys in the ignition. You'll be tripping over stupid stuff. Tripping over grass. Tripping over nothing. Just stumbling. Gotta run in a hurry. Just stumble and fall. No. You see, I get that adrenaline pumps through your veins, you know, when that fight or flight response kicks in and you're running away. And we've all seen plenty of videos of people running away from carnage thanks to crazy people, psychopaths, and school shooters, all that shit. But what I don't see them doing is stumbling and following into each other like a bunch of drunken idiots. All right? So, like, the stumble and fall crap, that clumsy crap, that could go. That's a cliche that can go. I mean, if you're going to keep that in your movie, you better have fun with it, or better go all the way campy with it. With super cheese, extra cheese, knowing what you're doing. I mean, that's the thing with these cliches, some of them. Actually, a lot of them, I suppose. Because they've been used so much, you can't use them really, you can't use them plainly. Like, you couldn't do the same stuff like in a basic Halloween movie where someone's like running and Laurie Strode's running and she's kind of stumbling and falling and stuff and kind of struggling. I mean, we've seen that before. If you're going to have that, play it up, make it fun, make it funny, or just go, or at least justify why they're stumbling. You know, and there was a movie, a recent one that did that. It Follows. It Follows had a lot of chase sequences. It opens up with a chase sequence. A chase sequence that, you know, when I first saw the movie, I liked it. But looking back at it, I'm like, now I have more questions. Because I don't know if you've ever seen It Follows, but it opens up where this woman is obviously startled and being chased by something. But what you probably missed is that she's in her neighborhood in the middle of the freaking street, and the neighbors are asking her if she's okay. She's like, I'm fine. And then her dad asks her off the screen, are you okay? And she says, I'm okay, Dad. And then what she's wearing is, looks like her nightgown or something. I don't even know why she's wearing that. I don't know why the neighbors would just be like, okay, yeah, she's fine. Yeah, I must, especially for that neighborhood. If that neighborhood already has neighbors where they're actually asking her if she's okay, yeah, it seems reasonable to believe that one of them would have called 911 for ever committed. Jesus Christ. I guess that's another cliche. Mental health. I got that a couple years ago when I did a psycho holiday. Someone was like, you're just using mental health trope. That's bad. You shouldn't use that. It's a trope. It's a cliche to have a mental illness is tied to being homicidal and stuff. I was like, well, yeah, it's a cliche and a trope, but also at the same time, there are people that are clearly, psychotic, clearly deranged in the mind, that are also homicidal. It does go hand in hand in a way. It doesn't always, but it does. In many cases, that's one cliche that's probably not going to go away. And that's a cliche that's honestly based on reality. And this has come from someone who used to work at a psych facility. Jesus Christ, some of the shit I've seen. Oh God, there's been many shifts where I was like, I did all this stuff. I poured sweat. I bled. I rolled around on carpet that probably had MRSA for $10 an hour. Would manhandle, throw people in seclusion rooms for like $10 an hour because they wanted to go for blood with other clients and staff over something as dumb as a fruit cup. A fruit cup. Or a cup of pudding. Goddamn. I need to smoke more. Get my voice nice and nice and deep. That's why I like doing the YouTube videos in the morning. I get that deep voice in. And then it goes to, I guess, normal voice afterwards. How's it going, Stephen Hawking? Normally there's more people in the chat. There's been an issue recently, I guess, in the Discord, but that'll blow over just fine. I couldn't even tell you really. But what I'm looking forward to as well as comments after the show about other cliches and tropes that I might have missed. And we're not done. Oh my God, we're not done. In fact, man. We got spooky paranormal scares. Spooky paranormal scares. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like the paranormal activity films. I liked I mean they stumbled upon something that could have been just like a no-brainer for just about any of us. We could have picked up a camcorder and filmed the paranormal activity in our house. I mean, I literally tried, but it fucking sucked. It's a straight-to-DVD movie. Don't look for it. It was horrible. It was the first and only movie I ever filmed. It was called, what was it called? Paranormal. It was, dang, I don't, oh, shit. It was called Ghost Hunter: The Ritual. It had a pretty cool title. But yeah. Okay. Like, I don't I don't like those films because it seems so easy to produce, and it's easy to like freak out about something that's clearly not there, and you're just pretending that it's a ghost or whatever, and then you film some footage of someone probably in the maybe you're doing stop motion or something, you know, with the cabinets or whatever, or you know, maybe someone's in a green suit walking around, messing with stuff. It's really easy to do that stuff. But, you know, some of the best examples of horror, especially in the early days of horror, were movies that really used their limited resources. So while I may not really like Paranormal Activity, I can't fault them for what they did. They used their limited resources to their advantage. To their advantage. That was like what? They had like 3 casts. What was the cast? You had the, I think they were like a fiance in that movie, right? Were they married? I thought they were married. The husband was like a day trader, and she was like, I don't know, stay at home or some shit. I think she worked somewhere, I don't know. Then they had the demon. Then they had the exorcist or the priest. And I think that's it. I think that's all the cast. Let's see, which scary movie do you hate the most? I honestly despise every Paranormal Activity. Yeah. I despise the trend that followed of a Paranormal Activity. If it was just a one and done, I would have been like, okay, that's fine. But no, that's the cash cow. We're going to milk it till it's gone, till its udders are depleted. There's no milk coming out from that anymore. Just powder and blood. It's nasty. Psychological horror can leave a deep impact. That's true. Psychological horror. When I think psychological horror, I think The Thing. Though that's kind of like a mix of psychological and body horror because of the weird transformations, which was also really well done. So, you know, some people look at that and be like, oh, these special effects are cheesy because it looks strange and weird. You could say it looks cheesy and all that. I mean, I guess the stop motion effect does kind of have this weird look to it. But the lighting of it, it looks like it actually belongs in the scene. Like it's actually in the scene because it is in the scene. Like they filmed it. You know, it's not like they made some animation and threw it on there and tried to get the lighting right, kind of, sort of, but you know, it didn't really work. Yeah, like the Saw franchise, Stephen Hawking. The first one was a low-budget film, and they used their bare-bone resources, and they made a pretty decent film with that. You know what? I like the second one better than the first one. The second one was a little bit more fleshed out. They had more to work with. After the second one, to me, that's when it starts going downhill. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing is, see, Stephen Hawking agrees. The real Stephen Hawking, not the fake imposter, okay? Not the fake black hole obsessed Stephen Hawking. We all know he's not talking about black holes. No. The black holes he's staring into are the ones that are costing him money. That's the true black hole. It's just sucking away all my money. That's not even how he talks. Let's see. I'm looking at this. I'm catching up on the chat and seeing what you said. I want to make sure I respond to it. Oh, you don't even know how you found your channel. You found it, man. You know? Talk about horror. Talk about sometimes internet drama. No, might be putting that on the back burner for a while. It's fun, but it causes problems sometimes. And then, of course, I have like daily streams where I literally talk about anything or nothing, just chilling, just talking about whatever. And those I actually really enjoy. I got something prepared for that one for tomorrow if I have time. Let's see. Other cliches. Cheap scares. Cheap scares, come on. And when I say cheap scares, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know what's gonna happen. They just pop out. It's kind of like you walk. It's like when you walk through a haunted house. You know people are just gonna pop out and try to scare you. Rah! You know. You know. But you know they can't touch you. They're not supposed to legally. You know. But when they pull that shit in movies, it's like, come on, man. That's all you got? It's like, whoa, ghost face. Whoa, demon face. That stuff is not even scary. Not for horror veterans. The people who get scared by it are like Instagram kids, TikTok kids. Like people who play, like kids who play Minecraft, kids who play Fortnite. I guess they get scared of that crap. You know, I feel like it's a different breed of horror. I mean, obviously, in a horror movie, you're going to have a creature come out. You're going to have something come out. But have it do something, not just pop out and scare. Have it, like, an example is like the Evil Dead. Like, you knew something was going to come out from the basement. It was building up the whole time. Right? It was like, what's in the basement? What's in the basement? Don't go into the basement. And I like how even in the Evil Dead, the cliche of don't go into the basement. Don't you go into the basement. Even Ash was like, I don't want to go down there. But it's all he freaking had. Like, there was a reason why he had to go down there. I think it was because what the Necronomicon was down there. Something. Either that or was like curious. There was something. I can't remember exactly. But there was a reason why he did. And then when the monster does finally come out, when you see more of it, it becomes part of the movie. It becomes part of that scene. It's not just a wah, jump scare. Nah, man. it looks fucked up. It starts fucking with them. Yeah, you can get that show, the jump scare, I guess, but then you get have that psychological horror kind of fucking with the protagonist, kind of mess with him. Maybe even messing with the audience. Like, is this even happening? What's going on here? Evil Dead 1 was a simple horror movie. Simple heart story with a heart attached. Yep, it was. And I think it was because the heart attached is why it. Honestly, I think it's why it's considered a cult classic. Let's see. Other cliches. Any other cliches that we have missed? Come on. I guess just you and I, Stephen Hawking. I guess just you and I. Yeah, Evil Dead 2 was watching Bruce Campbell lose his mind. Yes, that was great. That was fun, man. It was trippy. I've never done shrooms before, but if I did, I would probably do it while watching that movie, Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 3 was just slapstick badass movie. Oh yeah, Army of Darkness? Totally. I mean, at that point, it wasn't even a horror movie. I mean, you had the things, you had the Deadites, but it became more than just a horror movie. It became like a horror adventure, dark fantasy thing. It was cool. Yeah. People wanted more Ash. They wanted more Bruce Campbell. Oh, okay. Another cliche, something we missed. We talked about car stalling. We talked about villains not really dying, not being finished off. And if they are finished off, they just reappear. Let's see, another cliche that really bothers me. That's really cheap. You know, this isn't really just a horror cliche. This is just storytelling in general. But it's a dream. It was all a dream. I hate that. I hate that cliche so much. Just about in every fucking movie, every fucking story. It was just a dream. Then why the fuck did I watch it? If it was just a dream, that dream better have been so badass, and there should be something there that makes you wonder, is it really a dream? Or is this part of that dream? What's really going on? Because if you're going to have that, oh man, oh my God, oh, that happened. And that's it. Well, that was a waste of time. Right? Honestly, if you didn't separate, the group of 6 college kids could just pin down and massacre most villains. Right? Right? I mean, one of them, it depends on who they are. They're a bunch of like California kids. None of them probably have a gun. It was here in Texas. One of them's probably going to have a gun or have some mace. Have something. Jesus. I like when they want to separate. Man, we should split up. We're in the spooky mansion, this scary place we've never been before. And there's some spooky shit happening. And you know, we're afraid for our lives, but you know what we should do? We should split up. So we go find the person that's missing. No, how about we all stay together so we could like find things together? Why are we splitting up? Why are we splitting up? The other way I could see that would work now in modern times is if they're like, guys, we don't have to be together. We could like split up because we all have our phones, but then of course you're explaining it. You know, they just talk on their phone or whatever while they're walking around. That way they know, you know, if they're okay. See, that's the thing. It would be nice if horror movies actually had protagonists that actually had a little bit more self-awareness. The complete lack of self-awareness is appalling. It's like, are they all a bunch of idiots? Do they not have any basic self-preservation skills at all or sense? Yeah, a real Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or Leatherface gets turned into Swiss cheese. Yeah, by birdshot, bird and buckshot. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Because one of them should have had a gun. Hmm. I guess another cliche mentioning the Sawyers, right? That was their name. If you bang, you're dead. If you bang, you're dead. Oh yeah, that's a cliche that could die. If you bang, you're dead. Sex equals death. God, you fuck, you die. And I like I said, I like cheesy horror movies. I can have fun with that stuff. Man, I like it all. Okay, for the most part. But that cliche there, as much as I can have fun with it, like Friday the 13th, and joke that, hey, you know, Jason's really just he's just trying to keep the kids from banging. He's really just, you know, trying to keep the kids from having kids out of wedlock. Okay, that's all Jason's really trying to do, right? He doesn't know how, he can't talk. He's trying to help their moral compass. But I don't know. It seems like the couple in a horror movie that are down to fuck or like looking for a place to fuck, if they have that self-awareness, they're already kind of like looking to kind of get dirty like that. I would kind of think that they would be the ones that would probably be more prone to attack the motherfucker that came after them. I don't know. It just seems, because usually it's the jock guy, right? The jock guy and the hot chick. And both those two characters, I would imagine, well, at least in real life, I mean, maybe if a killer were to come at them, maybe they would try to fight. Maybe it wouldn't work well, but maybe they would try. The gentleman of color, good phrasing. The black guy, the token black guy, dying first. Goddamn. Yeah. Anymore, that's changed. That has changed. They're not doing that anymore. Now it's still the lead female makes it all the way to the end. Yet still horror movies are sexist because the reason why, according to feminists, I guess when I pay attention, is that the reason why it's still sexist is because they are using women, exploiting their fear or something, making them look like they're all weak and have to run away to do blah, 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 blah. You know? It's like, well, I don't know. In my experience, usually there's something going down in the house, someone knock on the door, something weird and suspicious. Who goes check on it? I do. Why? Why do you think? I mean, why? I mean, typically that's what happens. I mean, that's the thing about some of these cliches. Some of these cliches are, I mean, it's not like they're not based on any element or any kernel of reality. Let's see. Other cliches. It's good to see you, Cool Tactic. Glad you're hanging around. Glad you're hanging around, man. I don't want to talk about too much. I'm trying to avoid it. I'm trying to move on. But man, that Discord drama. God. Anyway. You can tell what's on my mind. Let's see. So we talked about dumbass characters, people tripping and falling all the time, going upstairs. Okay, why would people run upstairs? Who runs upstairs? Stairs. Like, it's like there's something in horror movies where, like, the protagonist knows he or she, they have to flee, they have to get away. Where do they go? Not out of the home. Upstairs, in the room, in the bed, cover the sheets over their head. What is that supposed to do? What is the sheets over your head supposed to do? Fool the ghost into thinking that you are a ghost? Ooh. Oh, it's just a ghost. Okay, I'm cool. I'll go. No. Or they hide under the bed. For that cliche moment of whimpering. And you hear the footsteps. That moment. Do they know? Do they not know? What's going on? What, you know? And man, and that it's not just stairs. It's closets too. In Halloween, the original Halloween, Where does Laurie Strode go? What does she run it? What does she use as a place to hide? She goes into the closet. At least she took a knife with her. Wait. Wait. Hold on here. I think it... Damn it, I think I need to rewind. She was here... No! Oh my god, I think I need to rewatch that movie. She was... Man, my recollection of that movie is not working right now. Because I think my mind is wanting to paint a picture that isn't true. Fact check me on this. When she's in that closet, Michael tries to mess with her, right? And she fins him off? Or does he leave her be? Because I could have sworn, I could have sworn what I remember is that he opened the closet and then she stabbed him with something. And then he kind of walked away or whatever. But he ends up getting shot. He ends up getting shot by, what's his name? Loomis, whatever? The psychiatrist? Man. Yeah, shit. In Damascus, Mincemeyer, the art guy behind Deadman. So he does the covers. Look, I publish horror books. Anthologies. Bikers vs. the Undead. MrDeadman Made Me Do It. Monster Party. Wolf Winter. Great books. You know what I'm going to do here too? I'm going to show some art. I wanted to show this. For those listening to this on the podcast version, I will put it... Well, you're going to see this on deadmanstone.net pretty soon. I usually kind of lag behind on updating that, the website. I need to do better on that. I'm going to show you guys the cover for Damascus Mincemeier's upcoming book. Looks really good. It looks really good. Guy is pretty talented. Why is it lagging? Wow, that was weird. Okay. I hope the stream's okay. I literally loaded an image and OBS was freaking out. This is it. Let me make it full screen. Yeah, Damascus Mincemeyer, man. He's the guy behind the covers for most of the Deadman Stone books. There's the cover for his collection here. He's really good at drawing, he's really good at drawing what I like. He's also still working on the cover for Hollywood Holocaust, which that issue is still coming out. I mean, I already paid the authors for the stories. I mean, I'm in the hole for that one. So I definitely want to get that out there. But the longer it waits, the more things change. I think there's a story where Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are having a Cthulhu love child. But, I mean, if Kim Kardashian and Kanye West divorce, then that story is kind of like, I guess. Not like it really matters. I think the joke of it is fine enough. I guess the other cliche kind of come up here because it comes from this too. It happens, like satanic imagery and horror. Look, man. You know, I go to church. Gotta do better. Psh, shit, I could do better. Maybe I don't fear God enough. I don't know. I could do a lot better. I could be a better Christian, I suppose. But I don't have any problem with like satanic and unholy imagery in horror movies or that. And I don't really. It can be cliche and done in a cheap way, just to. Man, I don't really. There's certain movies that try to use, I guess, satanic imagery, and it just seems awful. Like one example right now, I'm thinking about. No, it's not really satanic imagery. That's like Ouija board. I'm thinking Ouija board right now too. The movie Ouija. I thought that was shit. I thought it was complete shit. But then again, I'm not scared of a Ouija board. Hell, for Halloween, for my yard decoration, I literally have a Ouija board out there. It's all bloodied and messed up. And there's a baby on it. Jeez. But there's some movies that did they use satanic imagery just fine. Like let's say like the Craft, but that was like more like Wicca and shit or whatever. It was like witchcraft stuff. I have no problem with that. That was fine. Let's see, the PureFlix streaming site has really bad Christian horror movies. Christian horror movies. That sounds pretty bad. I don't know what is a Christian horror movie? I mean, a Christian horror movie to me sounds like the daughter's pregnant and she wants to go get an abortion. Or they find out that their daughter's dating a black guy. Or they find out that their daughter's like in a polyamorous. I can't even say that. Polyamorous in a polyamorous relationship. Or their daughter went full woke, dyed her hair blue, shaved off side of her head, got some weird piercings that don't make any sense. Like when chicks get the nose piercing right here. Why? That doesn't even look good on guys. I don't even get that. About turning your back on God. Yeah, well, I go to church every Sunday. An abortion. I got it. Shit. Of course. I could probably write a Christian horror movie. It would be bad. It'd be really bad. Let's see, other cliches, man. Someone mentioned this earlier. Like I said, this topic idea was actually inspired by Damascus Minsmeyer, and people were really conversing on this thread. The chicks that wear pretty much next to nothing, the scantily clad chicks. About that cliche, I don't really have a problem with that one, because on Halloween, just about everyone wants to dress up as the Slutty Witch anyway. I mean, it happens. Besides that, aside from Halloween, from what I've seen on TikTok, because my wife wanted me to get TikTok, and you know, from what I see around on Instagram and stuff, it's like chicks seem to be just fine, wanting to just wear pretty much nothing. So it's funny too, because it's usually women that bring up the scantily clad women. You know, women judging women. I mean, I'm not gonna slut shame. Jeez. The only thing I would say is, why does the slut always have to die first? Damn it. She seems like she would be the most equipped to try to fight him. I mean, you have your different loose women, I suppose. You have the naive ones that don't know what they're doing, and then you have the ones who know what they're doing, and they have some protection on them. And I'm not talking about condoms. I'm talking about, you know, maybe a gun or a mace. Or at least be willing to try to fight. I guess one of my main hang-ups here on Cliches, can at least have one horror movie where the blonde bimbo turns around and tries to fight Michael Myers or whoever's chasing her, Jason or whatever. Come on now. Come on. I want some blonde Texan bimbo. Like maybe Alexis Texas when she was in her prime. Someone like that. Really big bust, really big ass. Just turn around. Like, what? But this guy just has a knife? Gets a gun out of her purse and fires at him. Bam. Like I said before. Got shot. Brings him down. Gets up. Headshot. That should be good. If not, then you run. Then you get the fuck out of there. You know? Because at that point, yeah. And honestly, I think, that sounds like a pretty decent setup for a movie. At least, well, not a setup, but at least something to happen in that movie. Let's see, thanks, Cool Tactic, for taking care of that. The dumbass jock guy who meanders about as a leader, only to be often 5 minutes to take church. Oh, man. Cabin in the Woods really showed that in a way that was so fucking hilarious. When Chris Hemsworth, Thor, which was funny about that movie is like they filmed that like 5 years before they even released it, right? That movie was like in like limbo for a while. So by the time the movie actually came out, wasn't Chris Hemsworth already playing Thor? But anyway, he's the hero of the day. He looks all inspirational. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go get help. And it looked like they actually had a plan. They found a working motorcycle, man. They beat that cliche. They found a motorcycle and it worked. Okay. All right, we're on to something. And he jumps. It has a nice music and dead. Like a fly hitting one of those zappers. One of those zap lights, you know what I'm talking about. That was great. I think, I don't know, man. I think we kind of exhausted the cliches. At least for now, anyway. I will say, Cool Tactic and Stephen Hawking. Definitely thanks for hanging out during the live show, during the Hard Talk Radio. I'm going to get off my lazy rear end. I mean, every time I do this stream, I do make sure, either before or after, no, it should be before, to definitely plug in various Facebook groups and stuff like that. But I'm going to be more aggressive on that, okay? And one thing about these streams, what I notice, especially on the podcast version of it, there's more listeners afterwards than like during live. But it's always done live because it's easy for me that way. It's one shot, recorded, boom. What's said is done. I'm out. And, you know, I could usually banter, not have a bunch of dead air or anything. Anyway. I definitely enjoy you guys in the chat. I hope you enjoy this show. I hope you enjoy this talk about horror movie cliches. I have some time. I could fire up a game on Twitch. that mean to still do that. Still need to do that. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Probably do that. Anyway. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. Y'all take it easy.